Doors were shut in our face. But Children's Miracle Network Hospital, they were the ones that were there to help us.
Life can change when you least expect it. In those moments, Cox Health, a member of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, is here to help. If you or someone you know is in need of financial assistance to provide medical care for their child, please let us know. To determine if you qualify for assistance, simply go to coxhealthcmn.com and complete our application.
It's been absolutely incredible to see how far he's come.
This miracle moment is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors, a proud sponsor of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals.
All right, folks, looking at the Springfield Tower camera once again, looking at the sunrise now, getting close to that golden hour here in the morning, peeking over the horizon. Now, sunrise, I believe, is around 6:50 this morning, so still a couple minutes away for us. But beautiful sunrise for you out there. Some high wispy clouds filtering on in. We'll keep the high, thin clouds through the day today. And we're going to get a little windy this afternoon as well. So plan for a cold morning and a windy afternoon. But that wind is going to help us push the cold air away and bring the warmer air in. Okay, so that's what we need the wind for, to exchange those air masses. Satellite and radar right now shows some pretty thick clouds in the upper levels, so there will be some filtered sunlight through the day today, like we saw on that camera just moments ago. Looking off to the east coast, yeah, that's where the cold air is going. You can notice where the jet stream is right here. Okay, that cloud line dipping down toward the south and east along the Gulf Coast and spinning back up again. That's where the jet stream is. Now, within that kind of bowl shaped, that trough in the jet stream pattern, we're going to find your coldest air. Yesterday it was over here. This morning it's here. And tomorrow it's going to be here. So it's keeping on moving out of the area. We're getting warmer the days ahead. Now, this morning, it is the coldest morning for folks down to the southeast. The Florida Panhandle, Mobile, Biloxi, New Orleans, freeze warnings along the Gulf Coast. Right, it's because temperatures there are going to be colder as that cold air mass has moved farther eastward. We're finding 28 degrees in Atlanta, 28 Jackson, and 35 now in New Orleans with pockets of freezes across the Florida Panhandle this morning. Here at home, 30 degrees in Springfield, 20s farther eastward. But look at the temperature difference here, right? Cooler to the east, mild in between, and a little warmer farther westward, in the 40s, actually, parts of Oklahoma and Kansas this morning. So that warm air just right on our doorstep. It'll be here this afternoon. South winds swamping out those air masses for us. A south wind right now, a little breezy, but it's going to get a little more windy later today. Wind chills, thanks to the wind, in the teens and 20s still this morning. Winds will gust out of the south and west, 15, 25 miles an hour, with occasional gusts over 35 to 40 miles an hour thrown into the mix as well. But it's going to take those strong winds to push the cold air out. Warm air comes in. Looks like the rest of this week, today through about Saturday, got fairly warm weather for us, 60s and 70s. Cold front comes through. Looks like Saturday night. It's a weak boundary. Might have some clouds blow through, maybe slightly cooler going into Sunday, but still in the 60s. And then this storm system here is going to swing up from the south and west, and this will be our next chance of rain. It's going to be kind of tough to pin down exactly when it's coming because it's cut off from the main jet stream flow. So this is a cut-off storm system. It looks like it'll arrive sometime early next week. Right now we're going to go for Monday for our next best chance of rain into the 7-day. And it is a fairly low chance as there are still some uncertainties remaining with that storm system, but likely going to find a chance of rain as we go towards Sunday and Monday in the next 6-7 days. Today, 60 degrees, a little windy, and it is fall, so the drying out vegetation and the wind and the dry air today going to lead to an elevated fire danger, so keep that in mind. Avoid burning today. The burning weather, if you have anything to burn, gets a little better for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Warmer, yes, but not as windy, and the humidity comes up a little bit. 70s to finish out the week, and then we are keeping an eye on that next chance of rain by Sunday and Monday.
All right, Tom, thanks. Well, Amazon is turning Black Friday and Cyber Monday into weeks of deals. The e-commerce company says it's starting its Black Friday week deals next Thursday, November 20th, just 1 week before Thanksgiving. The deals will extend throughout the traditional Black Friday shopping day and end on December 1st, which marks Cyber Monday. The company is offering deals on everything from presents to holiday meals with savings of up to 50% on decorations and a Feed 5 for $25 Thanksgiving offer. Amazon says the extended deals covers millions of products on its site. Popular video game Grand Theft Auto 6 is being delayed again. Sorry, folks. Video game was supposed to come out this fall, and in May, Rockstar Games said it was delaying the launch until next May. Well, the company said at that time it needed extra time to deliver the quality that players expect and deserve. Now this release has been pushed back again until November of next year. The game maker gave a similar reason for this delay, saying more time is needed to finish the game with a high level of polish. Maybe we'll get GTA 6 someday. Who knows? The final season of Stranger Things premieres November 26th, but fans of the show, don't worry. The story of Hawkins isn't over just yet.
What we've been able to capture is the magic of Hawkins in a new way. So our story takes place between seasons 2 and 3, but we soon learn that nothing is quite as they thought it was.
This is for the first teaser for the animated series Stranger Things Tales from '85. The animated series is set between seasons 2 and 3 of Stranger Things during the winter of 1985. This features the same characters from the live-action show, but they're voiced by a new cast, and it's set to be released sometime next year. Now, a new class was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Cyndi Lauper was one of them. New artists and groups were inducted last night. Many of them performed. The inductees span every decade from the 1950s to the 2000s. That ceremony is now available on Hulu. A police call about a person riding a bull in an Ohio Walmart parking lot actually turned out to be a memorable encounter for the excited officer.
This is Gus. This is Gus. Gus is famous. He's a Brahma bull.
Can I pet Gus?
Absolutely. You can get on, Gus.
Well, the officer was immediately taken with the bull. You know, sometimes you grab the bull you'll grab the horns there. Well, body camera video showing the officer petting Gus, and it looks like he's a friendly bull, and then got up on him to take a photo. You can see in the photo the officer actually hands his phone off so he can get a picture, and then the police department shared the photo on social media, giving the officer a thumbs up on camera. They look like two best pals right there. Well, a zoo animal is getting some attention on social media for having a Zen moment. Well, this is the ring-tailed lemur, and it might not look like it. It looks like he's just chilling in the sun, but fun fact, lemurs actually do sit in these Zen-like poses to expose their bodies to the sun. This actually wakes them up in the morning and can help them avoid parasites and fleas. And, all right, we're going to get through this. With 40-degree temperatures in the forecast next week, people in Florida are bracing for falling temperatures and falling iguanas. Due to the cold weather, iguanas across the state are at risk of falling out of trees, and the cold-blooded reptiles aren't used to the cold and can't regulate their own body temperature. So it's chilly. They enter.
I'll take over. You got it. No, you're fine. When the weather gets chilly, they enter a dormant state and go rigid, falling from wherever they're perched. The iguanas appear dead, but they're not. When the temperatures get back up to the 50s, they'll wake up as normal and get going. All right, so kind of a fun thing down there. Florida's dealing with those freezing temperatures right now. Falling iguanas taking place for them. Kind of fun. Alligators also get a little, they kind of hibernate too when it gets cold like this. All right, we'll be back with more coming up with Daybreak with their question of the day. Take a look at your poll responses and another check of that forecast too next.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Thinking of updating my kitchen. Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We are finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around to
Breakfast
it,
nuts.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving.
Really?
Really? At home or in person. That's guidance from Chase.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. Make your ceiling fan install quick and easy with a quick install ceiling fan. They're loaded with extra features designed to save you time. Plus, we offer a great selection ready to take home today. Get this quick install Alston 2 ceiling fan for $74.98 after rebate. Or this quick install Tisbury 3 ceiling fan for $79.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
That unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite treatment, get itch relief fast and skin clearance that lasts with Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
Built strong, built to last. Driven proud. Marshfield Chevrolet has the deals you need for your family and your next adventure. See the difference at Marshfield Chevrolet.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Hey, welcome back. It's time to reveal the results of our Daybreak poll, and we're asking, how are you celebrating Veterans Day? So let's pull that up here. And it looks like 68% are saying other, and we had a lot of events over the weekend. And as I was saying earlier too, we also have it on our website where you can see lists of restaurants and places that are offering some meals or some free items for veterans, Tom.
Yeah, quite a bit. You know, the free coffee, some restaurants doing some cool promotions, and there's a lot of businesses like to just, like everybody else, just say thank you for, serving with your time and in the armed forces here in the United States, and we really do appreciate that. And today's a day we recognize.
I know. Yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to our heroes and enjoy your day. Well, Lego is boldly going where no Lego has gone before. The Danish toy company is launching its first ever Star Trek kit. For $400,000, Lego enthusiasts and Trekkies alike can build a 3,600-piece replica of the USS Enterprise D. Wow. It's the iconic starship featuring a detachable command saucer, secondary hull, and opening shuttle bay with 2 mini shuttle pods. This comes with 9 minifigures of the next generation crew, including Jean-Luc Picard. Did I say that right, guys? I'm not
Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about Star Trek. I'm gonna be
Patrick
honest.
Stewart.
Pre-orders are now available online at Lego stores. But I do know Legos. Legos are really cool.
Yeah, they are. And I bet, do you guys remember Star Wars had that big Death Star Lego set?
Yes.
I never had that, but a friend of mine did. That thing was like this big.
Yeah. I know. I think it's like a couple $100s.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, and I bet this would probably be a couple $100
cheap,
too.
Yeah.
And Picard is named after a balloonist from way back when in France.
Was that right?
The early aeronauts. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
That's cool.
Picard.
I love that. Love that. Well, Tom, thank you for joining us here. What do you guys have going on today for Unscripted?
Well, let's see. We have a discussion about the Festival of Trees.
Oh, that's right. That's coming up.
All right. Yeah, that's coming up. And it's something I always like to make mention of, warn people. They can clear the room if they need to. Turning back time.
Yay!
Coming back on this Tuesday.
Yeah, that's another of the things coming. Just a lot of fun. We're going to talk veterans and just all sorts of things. We have a question of the day. We aim for fun, and once in a while we hit it right on the nose. So I'm hoping today is one of those days.
I would say it's always fun on Unscripted. We love it.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for tuning in this morning. Happy Veterans Day. And we'll see you back here 11 for midday.
I'm Cheryl with DermaHealth. We notice a decline in many things as we age. It's more difficult to lose weight and stay in shape. Physical health may worsen. Interest or ability to be intimate may decline. Incontinence may develop. These are things you don't have to live with just because you're getting older. DermaHealth can help put that spark back in your relationship. To learn more about male and female rejuvenation, visit mydermahealth.com or call us for your complimentary consultation.
You make it through security so fast, the agents applaud. Your travel itineraries are so well written, they're on the bestseller list. And you have access to lounges that don't officially exist. That's why you rent with National, where you can skip the counter and choose any vehicle on the Emerald Isle. Because travel isn't a competition, except that it is. And you're winning.
Whether it's a weekend fall getaway or just chasing the colors of the season, Acura makes the road as beautiful as the destination. This is the season to drive something extraordinary. This is Acura Springfield. Right now at Acura Springfield, you can lease the all-new 2026 Acura MDX technology for just $599 a month. And Acura turns every journey into an experience worth remembering. So come by the dealership or check us out online. At Acura Springfield, luxury starts here.
Are you stressed about going into another season with a system that's not keeping you comfortable and running your bills sky high? Call Patriot Heat and Air. We'll pay your first 2 months' payments on your new American Standard heating and air conditioning system.
We can help with layout and design, system replacements, and we always perform load calculations.
We can help you with residential, commercial diagnostics, repairs, and preventative maintenance.
At Patriot Heat and Air, we can help with that. Now offering 2 free payments on the purchase of a new American Standard system.
We welcome you to CBS Mornings with the Trumpets. I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCope. And I'm Nate Burleson.
We've got breaking news today. The Senate takes a very important vote to end this shutdown. What's next and what it means for you. But first, here's today's eye-opener. It's your world in 90 seconds. Congress is set to end the longest government shutdown in history, but travel nightmares could drag on nationwide.
It's frustrating.
It's been an ordeal. Our flights yesterday were canceled.
Mass chaos. It was just mass chaos.
Millions dig out from an early snowstorm as bitter cold temperatures push south.
Jacksonville, Florida is 30 degrees. That will crush the existing record.
Police make an arrest after Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy is harassed with anti-Semitic slurs.
For the first time ever, I had security at my house like 24/7.
A small plane crashed into a neighborhood in South Florida.
The twin-engine aircraft just missed hitting a number of homes.
My little one has learned the word ice cream, and she made me make sure I promised her to get her ice cream when I get back home from the trip.
Frustration and anxiety felt by many passengers, prompting one pilot to make this heartfelt promise.
Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing unsafe comes in between me, that little girl, and her ice cream.
Anyone's to claim in the air. Bicycle! Oh my God!
Call it the icicle kick. Soccer in the snow. Canadian Premier League final in Ottawa. Atletico Ottawa facing Cavalry FC. Look at the players out there with shovels during the game.
David Rodriguez, he scored both goals in Ottawa's 2-1 win.
The most incredible goal in CPL history!
This morning's eye-opener is presented by Progressive, making it easy to bundle insurance.
I just said to Nate, what sport is that?
We are thrown.
Yeah, I was
that's
totally
a
thrown.
first for me. I've never seen that.
It's football in the snow.
Football in the
Sort of.
Football in the snow is fun.
Hey, it's Veterans Day.
It is.
We've seen that every year.
We have seen that.
November
Yeah,
11th.
the frozen
Yes.
tundra. It's Veterans Day, expressing our gratitude and our respect to the veterans who have worn this nation's uniform. And
Yes.
kids home from school,
Yes.
say a prayer for the veterans in your life.
Exactly.
They fought and committed so that you live a better life.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
And we have a few things in the show that will touch on that, so stick around for the next couple hours. But we begin with breaking news as a bill to end the government shutdown finally heads to the House. The bill was approved last night in the Senate after 7 Democrats and 1 independent crossed party lines. The House could soon convene for the first time in months to vote on it. Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill. Nicole, good morning. How soon could this happen?
Hey, good morning to you, Nate. Well, since today is a federal holiday and lawmakers need some more time to get back here to Washington, the soonest the House could vote would be tomorrow, now that the Senate's work is done.
The bill as amended is passed.
For the first time in more than a month, the Senate finally did something it hasn't been able to do, pass a bill to end the government shutdown.
This is a great victory for the American people, and it shows that the Senate can work.
The narrowly approved package will fund the government through January 30th, extend funding for SNAP or food assistance benefits for a full year, and reinstate federal workers who were laid off during the shutdown.
By the middle of the week, end of the week, government will be reopened. Air traffic controllers will get paid. The Capitol Police will finally get paid.
8 members of the Democratic caucus broke ranks to support the measure, including Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, who spoke with CBS Mornings.
I think collectively within the caucus, they realized this has to end.
The vote sparked backlash among party rank and file who were furious the deal did not include a guarantee to extend Affordable Care Act tax credits to combat spiking premiums. Some Democrats and progressive groups called on Minority Leader Chuck Schumer to resign.
It goes deeper than Schumer. It is no secret to anybody who follows these things that there is a division within the Democratic Party.
The divisions could complicate passage in the House, and some federal workers question whether the shutdown was worth it.
To shut down the government over subsidies that it seems like won't even be a part of the negotiated deal seems to me to be a wasted month.
A lot of the lawmakers involved feel that they have to be so loyal to their party, but they forget that they have to be loyal to the American people first.
President Trump said the bill is a good deal and he'll abide by it. He also said he's talking with Republicans about a potential health care fix, but hasn't offered many details. The Senate is expected to take up that issue next month. Gail?
So many things still to work out there. Nicole, thank you so much. Well, until the shutdown is officially over, the travel delays, we're sorry to say, will likely just get worse. Take a look at these planes. This is at Newark Airport. They're all lined up with no way to get out. Staff on board, flight attendants there, pilots there, can't take off. It's all due to the staffing issues in air traffic control. So this morning, 6% of flights at 40 of the nation's busiest airports will be cut. That number goes up to 10% by Friday. Chris Van Cleve is at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport with the latest. Chris, good morning. The word is if you don't have to get on a plane, please don't. But a lot of people have places to go.
Good morning. Millions of people are still flying. You know, last night we counted at least 18 FAA facilities reporting staffing shortfalls. So the staffing woes continue. Cancellations and delays remain high, but they were better than Sunday, the worst travel day of this shutdown for flyers. That really means uncertainty. And for the airlines trying to plan around these staffing issues, it's like trying to prepare for a winter storm, except you don't know when or where it might hit.
It's going to take us at least 90 minutes to take off.
From pilots
people are so angry, and which I understand. It's very frustrating.
To passengers, everyone is feeling the flying frustration of the government shutdown. At Newark Liberty Airport, planes lined up and waited hours to take off this weekend. Airlines say since the shutdown began, air traffic control staffing issues have disrupted the trips of 5.2 million people.
My flight has been severely delayed.
In a Truth Social post Monday, President Trump praised air traffic controllers who have been working without pay as great patriots, calling for a $10,000 bonus while threatening to dock the pay of those who miss work.
I want to reward the people that showed up without a lot of nonsense, without a lot of talk. They did their job.
Today, controllers will miss their second full paycheck. Joe Segretto hopes he doesn't miss a third.
It's tough when your children are asking you questions about, Dad, can we, go on vacation, or can we do this, or can we do dance, or can we do basketball? And you don't have those extra funds. It's terrible.
With the Thanksgiving travel rush less than 2 weeks out, airlines are ramping up flight cancellations at 40 high-volume airports. The FAA ordered a 10% cut by Friday. American Airlines Chief Operating Officer David Seymour.
We know people are traveling for a reason. We are doing our best to get them ultimately to their destination.
And the airlines will cut more flights Thursday and then again Friday to hit that 10% number. Take a look at this video. Amid all of this chaos at Washington Dulles Airport, one of the giant people movers slammed into the terminal. It injured 18 people. They were sent to area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. Tony?
Glad they're okay, Chris. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. To the weather now. Very cold morning in much of the east, and the Great Lakes region is still cleaning up after a severe snowstorm. Bad weather led to a series of highway accidents in the Chicago area, and some parts of northern Indiana got more than a foot of snow. And a reminder, that is a lot of snow for the month of November. CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano reports.
An Arctic blast of early winter air triggering whiteouts across Chicago, shrouding the windy city with gusts up to 50 miles per hour.
People were backed up on the ramp for over an hour. Everyone was getting stuck in the ice.
Intense lake effect snow causing cars to spin out on Interstate 65 in northwest Indiana. Traffic backed up for miles.
Well, it appears everything's come to a halt.
In Gary, Indiana, a train slamming into this semi-truck after it got stuck on the tracks in the snow. The driver taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. That wreck, one of dozens keeping the Indiana State Patrol busy.
Here in central Indiana, we've investigated more than 130. And that doesn't take into account the other 13 state police districts.
In South Bend, more than 14 inches of snow fell Sunday and Monday, the biggest November snowstorm since 1977. And in Ohio, the lake effect snow also reaching east of Cleveland. Ari and Lee spoke with Russell Stovall, digging out of the snow in the Chicago suburbs.
Definitely a surprise. They called the kids off of school, the garbage didn't come, and then, I just started shoveling.
Well, the kids will take the day off for school in November for sure. Most of them have today off because it is Veterans Day. It is a cold one here in New York City. We're along the Veterans Day parade route. 20,000 people will participate. It's the biggest in the country. Been going on over 100 years, and this one may very well be one of the coldest. Freeze warnings out here and across the South. Look at some of these numbers. These are record lows. 28 degrees in Mobile, Baton Rouge 30 degrees, 23 degrees in Montgomery. My goodness, this is and 25 in Macon. So you get the idea. We'll warm up somewhat, but temps going to be well below average, not just across the South, but up and down the East Coast. We won't get out of the lower 40s here in the Northeast. So certainly feel like more like mid-December than mid-November for sure. And then overnight lows with the wind chills tonight. Tomorrow morning, out to work, off to the bus stops. Will be very, very cold. The snows keep coming off the lake, so that's still an issue. Matter of fact, we got flurries all the way down here into the New York metro area. There you see the radar very active. Another pulse for Chicago, but Syracuse, east of Cleveland, Erie, Buffalo, Binghamton, you're all getting it, but just a few inches of snow expected there, and then moderating temperatures, thankfully, as we go towards the end of the week. Hat's always a good idea, Nate. LaRocca gave me this hat. Got to rep the brand. It's a little thin, but every little bit helps. What do you think?
It looks good on you, man. The scarf, the gloves, the beanie. You're all bundled up, man. It's that time of year. It's very brisk. Rob, thank you so much. We appreciate you, man. Have a good one. All right, a terrifying moment for a community in Florida when a small plane crashed into a lake outside of Fort Lauderdale on Monday, killing 2 people. Now, here's the heartbreaking thing. The aircraft was carrying relief supplies to Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa caused extensive damage. Christian Benavides has more.
Home surveillance footage shows the moment a small prop plane slammed into a lake in a gated community in Coral Springs, Florida, Monday, killing 2 people, police say.
I heard acceleration, and it kept accelerating, and then I heard a big boom.
Flight tracking data reveals the plane took off from Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport just before 10:15 a.m., headed for Montego Bay in Jamaica before rapidly losing altitude and crashing roughly 5 minutes later.
We do have a confirmed plane down. It is submerged. There's a debris field of probably 100 by 100 in the lake.
The accident took the lives of 53-year-old evangelist Alexander Worm and his 22-year-old daughter, who were flying a hurricane relief mission. The cause of the deadly accident remains under investigation, and while aerial video appears to show debris scattered near houses, city officials said no one on the ground was harmed.
It just smells like a gas station exploded or something.
Yeah, we were trying to smell for fire, but we just smelled gas. We didn't know what was happening.
Police warned that it would take time for fumes from the plane fuel to dissipate and recommended people in the area avoid being outdoors through the end of the day Monday. For CBS Mornings, I'm Christian Benavides.
4 months after the July 4th flooding catastrophe in Texas, 7 of the families who lost children in the floodwaters are accusing Camp Mystic of negligence. They have filed the first lawsuits since that disaster. Part of the camp sits along a river that flooded after heavy rain. Camp Mystic says it plans to open again next summer on a part of the property that did not flood in July. Jason Allen has more on that part of the story.
The terrifying flash flood deaths of 25 girls and 2 camp counselors were due to the negligence of camp owners and were entirely preventable, according to 2 new lawsuits.
This wasn't an act of God.
This was an act of pure complacency.
Back in August, Blake Bonner told Texas lawmakers that his daughter Lila paid the price for following an emergency plan at Camp Mystic that was destined to fail. The girls were among 135 people who died in flash flooding across Texas that morning.
When I think about the trauma and fear that our girls endured, it makes me physically ill.
An emergency plan to have campers stay in their cabins unless told otherwise was to conceal the dangers that the defendants knew about. It also alleges the camp chose not to spend money on basic safety measures. And after the first flash flood warnings were issued, the suit says rather than turning to the cabins, they convened the grounds crew and started securing equipment. Matthew and Wendy Childress' daughter Chloe was one of the 2 counselors who died.
And those 2 girls would have taken the 13 tiny children in their care up the hill and into safety. But because the rule was to stay in place, they stayed in place, and it cost all of those children, and Chloe and Catherine, their lives.
In response to the lawsuits, legal counsel for Camp Mystic said, "We intend to demonstrate and prove that this sudden surge of floodwaters far exceeded any previous flood in the area by several magnitudes." For CBS Mornings, Jason Allen, Dallas.
There is rising concern this morning in Europe over Russia's possible use of drones in NATO airspace, and that in turn is raising fears the continent is now in a gray zone between peace and war. Holly Williams got rare access to NATO submarines and stealth ships in Sweden, where they're watching for any signs of Russian aggression. She's in Stockholm for us this morning after this reporting trip. Holly, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is arguably the United States' most important alliance, enduring for over 75 years. Here in Sweden, we've witnessed that alliance in action in waters contested by Russia. An enemy submarine prepares for a covert mission in the Baltic Sea. Part espionage, part sabotage of America's NATO allies in Northern Europe. This is just a military exercise, and this German submarine is role-playing the enemy, hunted by NATO forces across the Baltic Sea.
This is the galley.
Commander Arlo Abrahamson is a U.S. naval officer. So the torpedoes are on the back here?
Yeah.
And a spokesman for NATO's maritime headquarters, where they're closely watching Russia's military buildup in the Baltic.
Potential threats of adversaries in this region are interconnected throughout the world.
If this part of the world is drawn into a conflict, that'll have a negative impact on the United States.
Right. Security is all interconnected.
Several of America's NATO allies share their Baltic coastline with Russia. In recent years, Russia's suspected of multiple acts of sabotage, damaging the undersea data cables that are the backbone of the global internet. Some believe Russia's probing how severely it could damage the West's economy if it ever went to war with NATO. Undersea cables carry trillions of dollars in financial transactions every day. The country leading these exercises is Sweden. We were given rare access to one of its stealth warships as it hunted for the enemy sub. For more than 200 years, Sweden maintained a policy of military non-alignment. But last year it became NATO's newest member, following Russia's bloody invasion of Ukraine.
So we face the Russians every day when it comes to...
Paula Wallenberg is a Swedish flotilla commander who told us Russia's alleged acts of sabotage are a kind of hybrid warfare.
We're not at peace, but not at war. We're somewhere in between.
It kind of sounds like the Cold War to me.
Pretty close to it, yes. It's a very serious situation when it comes to security here in this area.
In fact, the Kremlin says that Russia is already at war with NATO because of its support for Ukraine. America's NATO allies here on the Baltic Sea are boosting their military spending and beefing up their defenses. Nate.
Holly Williams in Sweden, thank you. Ahead, a man limps into a bank and runs out with a bag of cash. Plus, if you missed Monday Night Football last night, you may be a YouTube TV customer. We will explain. Stick around. But first, it is 7:18. Time to check your local weather.
Well, folks, the fire danger today is going to be elevated. We have a dry air mass, dry grass, and dry leaves, so your vegetation is drying out. It's also going to be quite windy today. So if you have any burning plans, maybe don't do them today. Tomorrow, though, looks a little bit better, right? 60 degrees today, partly cloudy, a strong south wind, gusting at times to 40 miles an hour. Not as cold tonight in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, a nicer day, 60s and 70s, a light northwest breeze. The rest of the 7-day looks good. We round out the work week in the 70s.
Gentlemen's Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla and shea. 24/7 moisturization with vitamin B3.
Are you using all the Old Spice?
Oops.
When you're on Medicare and managing diabetes with insulin, progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time, so everyone else doesn't have to. It's the #1 CGM prescribed for Medicare. This is progress. Call now to set up home delivery.
The road can be a wild place. There are all kinds of drivers out there. That's why Progressive Snapshot personalizes your insurance rate based on your driving. So you're not stuck paying for someone else's mistakes. What? Is there something wrong with my hair?
Welcome to Ashley's biggest sale of the year. During the Black Friday event, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide or pay 0% interest for 60 months. And Friday through Monday, active military and veterans can take up to an extra 10% off. Only at Ashley's Black Friday event.
Coming up, an Oprah exclusive. She'll reveal her latest book club pick. Plus, actor, comedian, and Marine Corps veteran Rob Riggle joins us in studio. And in What to Watch, some wise words from a pilot to calm some nervous passengers. This is CBS Mornings.